So I'll give a little fuller update. We have been back in Maine now for several months. We have a winter rental. Me and my son Joel. He didn't do good out in Reno. I think it was between the heat, dry air, and the elevation. We had one day where he had 4 seizures and ended up in the hospital, and they didn't really do anything except give him more medication. But at any rate, it became clear that the trip and I think the elevation, we had hiked that day. He'd wanted to go up to this Dead Man's Creek trail off of Washoe Lake State Park, or in Washoe Lake State Park. And so it was evident that us going out west might not be the best thing. He didn't want to anyway. He wanted to come back to Maine. And here we are. And Taki is loving the snow. I'm not as miserable here as I was last time. We'll travel some this summer, I think. I think I'm going to go back out in June to Reno because my grandson graduates high school. I'd like to be there for that. And yeah, trying to create a life here. We're paying way too much for rent. Over 50% of our income is going to rent. That's without even utilities. I have been working as a cleaner for my landlord, cleaning apartments when people move out and doing a Airbnb that they have. But the landlord has now moved into the Airbnb for the winter, I guess, for however long, and I'm not cleaning that anymore. And I kind of told them, it was very taxing on me physically. And I just wasn't in great physical shape because I've been eating too much junk and not eating healthy and whatnot. So Joel and I, my son, we've gotten that under control a little bit. We were doing lots of greens and a green juice in the morning and already feeling better. It's only been, 5 days that we've been diligent every day. So yeah, now it's what do I create here? So that's what I'm working on. How do I create a life here that I enjoy? One of the reasons I told my landlord I don't want to clean that much. I wasn't even cleaning that much. I was only doing about 20 hours, but 20 hours of cleaning is like waitressing. It's a lot. And it's nasty, the chemicals, I could search for all organic and not organic, but natural cleaners, but I'd have to, probably ship them in and, but I'm just not, I just don't want to frickin' do it as it comes down to it. I don't want to do that kind of work. I don't know if I want to do any kind of work at 64. I'd like to be retired. And I said, I want to spend more time with my dog playing, and I'll still clean for you some, but I don't want to do even 20 hours, 10 hours a week would be fine. And the nature of their thing is we had a big turn, and I had done, 2 weeks of almost 20 hours each week, and the nature of their business is it slows down, goes in spurts is what I should say, and it was going to slow down anyway, but I just wanted to kind of give her a heads up. I didn't want to just suddenly she's got a bunch of cleaning to do and I can't do it for her. I wanted to give her some time to look for somebody else, and she actually has found somebody else, so that's good. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to make that work as far as our finances, or we will be forced to go back into the trailer and the road. Although we spent well over what our stationary finances were on that trip. I think, I don't really want to say it because I don't think it was, but I almost think it was $15,000 to go for 2.5 months. Somewhere between 10 and 15 anyway, I would say, or it might even been 8 and 15. I didn't keep good track, obviously. But we ate out a lot, when we were out in the desert climate, it was real easy to say, let's go find a Sonic and get a milkshake, because you're hot and tired and, driving, and you don't want to stop and fix stuff. And my camper kitchen was good, but then you have to find a place to, park the camper and be comfortable opening up the back and going in and cooking. And that in the middle of the day didn't happen all that often. So we ate a lot of fast food on the trip, and we had probably double the hotels that I wanted, which even that was probably only 10 hotels in 2.5 months. Come on, Taki, this way. I don't want to go under there. Here you go. So anyway, yeah, we would have, we definitely spent more than we would have if we were stationary, but we did have an incredible time. Saw some incredible stuff. Arches National Park, Colorado River, the canyons, the desert, areas in the desert that were just amazing. Got up to Reno to see my grandkids. I traveled a long way. I got to Kentucky to see my granddaughter. Joel was able to do fishing. Probably, I think we bought 5 different state fishing licenses, which, that is kind of a shame because you have to buy a 3-day license, which is most states is almost the same as an annual. But an annual is a little bit, I think we paid like $45 for a state license let's see, we did Missouri, I think we did Tennessee, we did New Hampshire, we did New York. Don't think we did, I don't know what else we did. I don't think we did Virginia. We only went through a slight bit of that. But definitely we did New York. We might have, New Hampshire. We might have even done Vermont. I'm not totally sure. I don't think so. I think it was just New Hampshire. At any rate, so you're paying $30 to $45 for a state license for 3 days, 2 days, whatever. Come on, Taki. And the annual, rate is like around $60. We did buy an annual in Nevada, and he did go fishing on the Truckee River, which was worth it, because the annual was only like, come here, Taki, come on. It was only like $10 more. Taki, get out of there. She finds something. There's some sort of critter in there that she's going after, either a rat or a otter or something. Little burrow. Come on, Taki. At any rate, the Nevada one, we got the annual because at that time we also thought we might stay there. And I also bought an annual state pass, which we stayed enough nights. It was $250 for the year, and we stayed enough nights that if we had paid by the day, we would have used that $250. But again, that was when we were thinking of staying, and we still have until May. So if I go out before May, Taki, I can still use it and get a little more out of it. But anyway, that just to highlight what the expenses were, and why it cost so much. And like I said, most of the hotel rooms were around $150, and I would say we did probably 10 all told during the trip because we left in April, too cold. Come on, Taki, you keep going the wrong way on me there. What's she seeing? Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, she's caught up. So the bulk of our hotel stays were before we even left Maine. And we stayed in Maine, I think 5 days. Come here. And then we got one in New York because it was raining and the camper was leaking. Where else did we get one? No. I can't remember now off the top of my head. So yeah, it cost us much more than it would have to spend 2 months in a rental, and much more than, I wouldn't want to say a normal vacation, but not really. A normal vacation is going to cost you several thousand. But since we traveled across country and back, I wasn't, anticipating the back the first time, when we planned it, because I was going to send him back on a train, and I was going to stay if he didn't want to stay, or he was going to stay. So the back was not calculated about how much we needed at the beginning, but I did have that cushion, so that was good. Just a little disappointed that I spent so much. So now I'm back, still have some savings. Trying to think what's next. Trying trying to change things incrementally in my life. I'm getting myself to paint or draw every day, which is a good thing. I haven't done that for years. I've wanted to do it for years and haven't done it for years. Finally there. I needed some sort of impetus, and somehow I found some impetus. I don't know exactly what, but perhaps knowing that I was indeed settled for a while and needed to. I mean, I've been settled before, but it's also having the time, not working, and it's also just the time gets funny at this age. You know, you realize that, especially with family members and friends passing away, you start to go, well, you know, time is limited, and if I'm not going to do it now, when am I going to do it? So that has propelled me. I do need to get some better art supplies. I got some really bad pencils. The Walmart art pencils are horrible. And other than that, I do have some paints that are good. I bought some paints a couple of years ago. So that's good. I don't have oils because I left them in Reno. I should ask my son to try to go up. He asked me the other day if there was anything, my other son, if there's anything that I wanted from the storage at his house. And at first I said, sure, you can send a couple boxes. And then I thought, well, I bought almost everything I need because I left all my winter clothes out there because I thought I was going to be there for the winter. And I've already replaced all that. But I should have thought of those paints. I actually did think of those paints afterwards, but then I kind of didn't bother to tell him to send my oil paints. But that would be nice because I really do want to work with oils. So anyway, there. Full freaking update. Going to devote some time to the dog and art. And not be miserable about it. She's so pretty. I don't know what she sees that she's barking at. It's funny. She jumped on this yesterday. It was more fragile, but she just jumped in the middle and it cracked, and she jumped off really quick. She sees something. Taki, sweetie. No, we're not going that way. No. Yeah, we're not going any of those ways. I don't know what she sees. Something. Oh, that is a little crunchy still. Yeah, she's getting too far out. I think it's probably more solid out there, but I don't want to chance it with her. Taki, kind of breaking the ice. Why don't you come in? I gave her 2 walks yesterday, so I was quite proud of myself. Second walk, my young neighbor called, and he doesn't have a car, and he asked for a ride to go get his check, and I did that for him. He paid me, which was nice. But I was, like I said, I was out right before dark. Within the 40 minutes before dark at 4 o'clock. So I'm glad that I'm getting out twice a day with her, giving her enough exercise. Want to go back? We'll go up this way. Maybe we'll walk over there. She's kind of liking it over there. I almost went over there to begin with, but taking her across the bridge, she was pulley, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So, and I like our little river park we've made all by ourselves with 2 vacant lots. It's not really a park. We just make it a park. Come on, you. And it's interesting. She smells all the critters down here. Anyway, thank you for watching, listening. And I will try to. That's the other thing I want to do is try to record something every day and put it up on YouTube.